We just talk, can we just talk about where we're going before we get lost. Walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it, woo. Walk it like I talk it, you walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it, woo. Walk it, woo, 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 walk it. Walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it, woo. Walk it like I talk it, you walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it, walk it like I talk it, woo. Walk it like I talk it, hey, walk 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 it.
Can we talk? Welcome to Live with Vicky P Talk Show, a new way of networking.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Live with Vicky P. It is Monday, you guys, and it's going to be a vibe tonight. Do you guys hear me? It is going to be a vibe tonight. So I hope you guys are ready. I have two amazing guests that I'm super excited to have on tonight with me. The first guest will be the one and only Mr. Toni Armani. Yes, you heard me. Mr. Okay, I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to enunciate all of my letters. Mr. Toni Armani. And then my second guest is none other than she's a native of my hometown, Lincoln, Georgia. And I'm super excited to have her. And I'm so proud of her. And don't kill me if I mess up your name, but you know, you can correct me when you come on here. It is Quanquita. Did I say it right? Quanquita, right? Okay. So you guys hold tight. You know, I got to do my little housekeeping rules. You know, I have to always send a shout out to my sponsors because without them, there's no Live with Vicky P. Okay, let's get to the sponsors. My sponsors are a Level Up Promotions, a Level Up Management Company, Toast the Event Bar, Joker's Comedy on the Move, The Boss Chicks of Augusta, and Bustin' Unlimited. And Joker's Comedy on the Move, they have several events coming up. They have an event on March 23rd featured with FPJ. It's the FPJ Takeover featuring Maya B and Mr. Smoke. And it is a JCK it will be at the JCK Celebration Station, 62 Main Street, Blakely, Georgia. If you would like ticket information, the number is 229-475-9848. And on April 27th, it's going to be a Shack Bash Soul on the River. The contact information is Mr. Nelson Curry, 803-439-6673, or Selena at 762-444-8263 at the Riverwalk Marina at 5th and Reynolds in Augusta, Georgia. So, okay, guys, I am getting ready to bring none other than Mr. Armani. Hello, Mr. Armani. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How about you, man? Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Good. Now, listen, I am super excited to have you on my show because let me tell you something. I've been listening to your music for a while now. You hear me?
Thank you so much.
You have the voice of, man, like a old soul, and I know you've been told that, right?
Yeah, they be calling me Baby Luther.
Well, I want you to introduce yourself.
If you don't know, now you know. They call me Tonio Armani, the one and only. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for having me. What it do, Miss Vicky P? I'm in the place to be.
Yeah, listen, it's a vibe. It's always going to be a vibe on here because that's what we do. We have a good time. We love good music. And where I'm
Yes, ma'am.
from, which is Georgia, Augusta, Georgia area, Lincoln area. So it's a lot of times we don't know about, some of you guys. Like we
It's
don't,
all right.
but guess what? That's why I created this podcast
I
because I'm
appreciate you
like,
too.
all of these great Southern soul artists, hey, we got to get them down that way because they
Oh
in
yeah.
love.
Oh yeah. Miss Vicky P, before we get started, can we fix something real quick?
Yes. What you need?
For the whole world, I need you to say that name right. You said on
Okay.
the before you came in. There we go.
Tony, Tonio
Tonio.
or
Money.
money.
You
Money.
got to know what's going on. Now say it for me one more time.
Tonio or money.
It sounds so good. I can't even tell you to say it no more.
Correct me, honey. Please do. Please correct
It's
me.
all right. It's all right. I tried to make it simple, but I found out I made it hard. It's Tonio or money. Like the suit, I gotta keep it cute. Tonio or money. Got to
And we
be careful.
And we do love our money. Listen, we do. So I'm
Thank you.
gonna name a few of your songs that I
Name
really
some.
living testimony.
Could have been dead and gone. But the Lord let me live on.
What you
You better
talking
sing
about?
that song.
What you talking about? When I was listening to it, I was like, I'm a living testimony. What could have been
Yeah.
dead and gone? Oh, child. But the Lord let me live and go on. Let me tell you something. That's
Oh, I am a living testimony. And I thank the Lord that I'm still alive. I thank the Lord that I'm still alive.
yes.
Yeah, that one on. That one
That's
on.
one of my favorites. Of course, free at last.
Yeah.
When you
I'm
got that
feeling
money,
good. I got the monkey on my back and now I'm finally free. Finally, oh yeah.
woo,
Yeah.
honey, can I relate? Can I relate? When you said you got that monkey off your back, once
You
you
got to
got
get
that
it
monkey,
off.
you got to get it off. You got
You
to
got
get
to
it
get it
off.
off. Sometimes that monkey get real heavy on your back. You got to get it off.
What? And sometimes you have two or three of them monkeys sometimes.
Monkey see and monkey do on your show.
But tell it. And then in my feelings,
You got to be in your feelings to love that one.
you got to be in your feelings. When you said nothing ain't working,
Hey, that's the true song. It's a true story. I almost lost my wife doing the wrong thing.
that
Yeah.
song sounded like you was trying to get her back, honey. You said she wasn't answering the phone. She wasn't
She wasn't even texting my texts. I would get mad too. I said, look, I know she's saying them texts. It say sent and it say she read it. So what going on? I tried everything and it just won't work. Sugar my feelings today. Hey. Yeah,
you better
yeah.
you better stop. Come on now. So you are a writer, a
Writer.
singer, songwriter, a vocalist, and you
Yes.
did modeling,
Vocalist.
right? Did you do some
I
modeling?
did a little modeling, and I served the country too. I want people to know I served the country too for 10 years.
Years. Exactly. Thank you for your service.
Proud.
Thank you
I
for your
do what I
service.
can. I
Who
do what I
inspired
can.
who inspired you to sing?
Let me see. I am inspired by Al Green. I'm inspired by Ray Charles.
Mm,
I'm inspired by Luther Vandross. I'm inspired by Jodeci.
mm,
I'm inspired by Fred Hammond.
mm.
I'm inspired by Johnny Gill.
Woo.
I'm inspired by Jill Levert. I'm trying to make them hurt in 2024. Every time I get an opportunity to sing, they're going to hear my soul every time.
Listen, and I'm gonna tell
That's
you,
just a few.
you be stepping on that neck. Do
I
you hear
try to
me?
every time. I try
You
to break it.
you you twisting it like you on that neck, like saying, I'm not gonna stop. 2024. This is it. Look, somebody got a song said put it all on the floor in 2024. That's what you
Yeah.
doing. You put it on the floor in 2024. Now,
I got one like that too. It called Sooner or Later. And it say, I may not have everything I want, but I got everything that I need. And when I go to work, I'ma do my best because I got a family to feed. Oh, they
mm,
depending on me. And Lord, I'm depending on you. Do what you say you're gonna do for me. I know change will come sooner
boy,
or later. And I know that it will. Come on,
mm,
man.
man, that's just in your soul. You just, yeah, and you love it. You love singing, don't you?
I enjoy it. It's a release. You know, a lot of people don't understand what music does for other people. But when people like what I'm doing, I feel like I'm doing a good job. I'm not, I'm not cheating nobody. I'm not trying to scam you. I'm just giving you a piece of me. And if you want to accept it, you're gonna enjoy me this year. Because it's going down in 2024.
Go to the floor in 2020.
I'm gonna say 24 is gonna be all about Tonyo. You already know what it is.
I'm talking about. That's what I said too. 2024 is by Live with Vicky P. It's by Vicky P. That's what it is. That's
You
what it is.
already know what it is. You got to speak it into existence, and God will make it happen. You got to work towards it.
That's exactly right. Describe your creative process.
My creative process. I want people to see that I'm human. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they let the entertainment get past the part that I'm human.
Yeah.
So I don't make music because people tell me what to do. I make music about how I'm feeling. One day I might be feeling like I'm in my feelings. One day I might feel like rejoicing to the Lord. One day I might want you to bring your ass outside. It might depend on how I'm feeling. It's just how I'm feeling. I'm a grown man, and I just want to be able to make music for the men and the women that appreciate what we're trying to do. So my process is simple. If I feel it, I'm gonna sing about it. I just need people to listen. And once I got your ear, ooh, I got something for you to hear.
You do. You do. You do. Expect look, that video, when you sitting in the truck singing, is it finally free, I think.
Yeah, is
From
it free at last? Yes, ma'am.
from when I was listening to the song and I was watching the video, I was like, oh my God, I just feel that so like the video was literally you sitting in a vehicle and you singing. But the way that you were singing that song in that vehicle, I think I was driving down the
Yeah,
road. I put it on repeat and repeat because I felt it. I really, really felt that in my heart, that song. And then for the ones who have not heard it, you guys need to hear
yeah.
you guys need to listen to that song.
Vicky,
That's a
Vicky
love.
P, can I tell you a story about that day?
Yes, please do.
So I was in Houston, Texas on my way back to Raleigh, North Carolina, because that's where I live. And God told me to pull over and sing that song. I did not know that it was gonna go viral. I didn't know anything. I just had it on my heart, and I just wanted to let the people know that sometimes you gotta free what people say about you, free yourself from whatever going on, and give God that time. And I did not know that He was gonna do all this, so I appreciate everybody, all the 5 million people on TikTok that like the song. We trying to get it to 10. You know what I'm saying? So it was just a process. I just, I'm just grateful that I made it to Texas, and then I was on my way to get on the plane. I had my driver. I said, "Pull over for a second, man. I got something on my spirit." And I had my lady. I said, "Record me real quick." And I had on my little brown. I thought I was looking good with my little Houston on, and I didn't want to give God some praise. So I can't stop the way I look, but I got to give it to God. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So I wasn't trying to seduce nobody. I wasn't trying to make nobody feel no type of way. I was just trying to make myself feel good because it felt good singing that song. And if it
mm.
touched you, felt good to you too. You know what I'm
It
saying?
did. It did. And I thought it was literally like, I was like, oh, that's the video that go to the song. But
It wasn't even playing. I just said, can we pull over real quick? My driver was like, I like this song. I said, we probably need to record it here. So that's what we did. That is the
wow.
truth.
Now that is a process. That
Oh
is
yeah.
that when God put that on you, you need to do it right then and there. Don't wait. And that's what you
Right then
did.
and there. Right then
Five
and there.
million views later. 5 million.
5 million later, we got a little paper. God is good, ain't it? Yeah, yeah.
Yes, honey. Yes, yes. So I know you said that you you write your music the way you are feeling. If you're
Yes.
feeling like this one day, if you're feeling like this one day, if you're feeling like this one day. So let me ask you this. Did you ever
Talk to me.
sing? Did you ever sing in a choir?
I would tell you the truth because I can't lie. God told me I can't lie no more. I done ran out of lies. So I'll tell you this. I did not grow up singing. I did not. I want people to know I didn't grow up singing. This was a talent that God showed me after I didn't make it in the pros playing basketball or football or whatever I tried to do. I had a hidden talent. So before I left to go to the military and do all this, I was in a choir, but I was already grown at the time, and I was actually the choir director at my church. And I didn't care to be in the front. I wanted everybody to sound good. I wanted it to sound good. I didn't care. But at that time, my music career was producing, and I was just trying to do both. And then I got an opportunity to actually make gospel music. Like it was game over there after that because it's fun. You know what I'm saying? You can't judge me for telling you how I feel and how I praise my God. You dig what
Mm,
I'm saying?
mm,
So they gonna
mm.
do it anyway. I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna keep singing till I can't sing no more.
You better, because we love your music. You better keep singing, keep giving us that good music. Because let me tell you something,
Well,
music is good for the soul. It has helped
yeah,
people get through a lot of things, a lot of things. So it's therapy. Music is therapy. So
it
um,
sure is. It sure is.
it's therapy. So how would you describe yourself in one word? Just one word, not a whole sentence. One word.
Real.
I
I
like
was
that.
gonna say unpredictable, but I say real because I write how I feel. A lot of people they see what's popping and they jump on it. I write how I feel. I don't write gospel all the time. I write for other artists. I write some songs and I give it away because I feel like that's not my image anymore. But writing is fun. Finding different melodies, finding different ways to say different things. I really work on my run because I don't want nobody to sound just like me. I want to be set apart from the rest. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't gonna talk about that right now because everybody sound the same. You understand what I'm saying? But if they want to catch Tony or money, please tell these folks that I'm gonna be at the spring fling in a couple days down there in Dothan, Alabama. It's supposed to be the biggest thing in Southern. So that's what they told me now. I ain't never did it before. So we're gonna go down there and see. We're gonna sleep with one eye open and we're gonna move on. See you later, alligator.
Uh,
And we're gonna sooner or later, man, we're gonna get up out of there. Y'all know what time it is.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I
Yeah.
think I saw that flyer too. Is that with what's the, I can't think of the big band from back in the day. I can't think, but I just saw that I think yesterday.
Yeah, the group, you make me happy. Yeah, they gonna be there.
Is it Earthquake? Y'all?
No, it ain't no Earth, Wind, and Fire. You're gonna get in trouble for saying that. Vicky P,
Oh,
don't do that to me. Don't you do that to me. That ain't no Earth, Wind, or no fire.
y'all help me out with that. Help me out with that. Oh, well, I know who you're talking about because everybody get on the dance floor when that song come on. Okay.
Yeah. You're gonna get me in trouble talking about that Earth, Wind, and Fire.
You make me happy. It's right here. May,
Yeah, there you go. I was gonna let you get it right because you messed it up. I gotta let you get it right. Yeah, Frankie, Beverly, and May gonna be there. They gonna be all Frankie, the Mays, all of them gonna be there. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. How important is networking to you?
Now it's important because it just seems like that's the route I got to go. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not doing anything else. I'm not selling myself, not selling my soul. So networking with the right people, I'm just asking God to bring the right people toward me because a lot of people be out here scamming. You know what I'm saying? And they know their names, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now. So networking can be important, but at the same time, you got to let God lead you to the right people because these people out here scamming like crazy.
Yeah, it is. And
Being real with you.
Yeah, you do have to be careful because everything that glitters ain't gold. You know.
It sure ain't.
So
it sure ain't. Like
go ahead.
Oh yeah. Like I said earlier in the records, sleep with one eye open. You better be careful what you ask for because you just might get it.
You just might
real.
Get it.
So I try to think about what I say before I say it because God will give it to you right when you don't want it. And then you be like, well, you asked me for it. So here you go.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be prepared. Oh, I remember everything I asked for. I don't ask him for too much because he give me too much every day.
How do you balance being out of town, family, life? Just how do you keep that pot of soup brewing? I mean, how do you?
It ain't easy. I talk to my mama a lot. I love my mama. I talk to my daddy while he's still, you know what I'm saying, alive, because a lot of people ain't got their mom and their daddy. So I talk to my parents. I talk to my wife. I talk to God. I go to the gym. And my wife helped me with the majority of it because being a father is hard. A real one. I'm talking about a father in people's life. That one. A daddy. You know, it takes a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I want my kids to understand what I'm doing and what I'm doing it for. So therefore, if you gotta find somebody that really support what you're doing and really helping you. If you don't know what support is, people think support is take. It's not. That's not support. So my wife helped me with all of the managing stuff. She got women smarter than us. You already know how they go. You know what I'm saying? So I look. My head said I never argue because I ain't gonna. If I do, I'm gonna be wrong. So I'm trying to be right. Keep my mouth closed.
You're not gonna argue because what? She always right. She
always right. Look, and when she right, she do this right here. She do this right here.
Man.
Yeah. Anyway. So I hate that face.
Anyway, look, you'll listen to me the next time, and then when the next time come, what is it? How she looking again?
That's right.
Somebody just don't listen. Well,
I told you.
You know we be telling y'all just don't listen. I'm gonna play Free at Last. So
play it for me.
Listen to this.
I'm feeling good, I got the monkey on my back and now I'm finally free. I gave my life over to Christ, it changed my life and now I'm finally free. Don't have to carry no more weight up on my shoulders, now I'm finally free. Finally, oh yeah. So many things in life I had to give up on her, but my God didn't give up on me. No, he didn't. He gave me another chance. Yeah. I was blind, but now I see. Oh yeah. I finally gave my life to Christ, and now I'm finally free. Anything I need, my God provides for me. I just want to thank you, God, for loving me, taking care of me and my family. I had to clean up when I messed up. Starting my life over again. No, finally free. I'm feeling good. I got the monkey on my back, and now I'm finally free. I gave my life over to Christ. He changed my life, and now I'm finally free. Don't have to carry no more weight up on my shoulders. Now I'm finally free. Finally, oh yeah. People talk that what they do and what they say can't stop my moves. Let me say a thing or two about what God can do for you. I know he did it for me. I know that he'll do it for you, because I am living proof of what my God can do for you. People change, but my God won't change. I weather the storm with a smile on my face. Singing hallelujah is the higher praise. Lord, I want to thank you for another year. I've been changed. The angels in heaven done shine my name. Gave my life to Christ, and now I'm finally free. Anything I need, my God provides for me. I just want to thank you, God, for loving me, taking care of me and my family. He took the shackles off my feet, now I can dance, and now I'm finally free, finally free. This was for the people in the world who believe in Jesus, believe in Jesus. He took the shackles off my feet, now I can dance, and now I'm finally free, I'm finally free. This was for the people in the world who believe in Jesus. I'm feeling good, I got the monkey on my back, and now I'm finally free. I gave my life over to Christ, he changed my life, and now I'm finally free. Don't have to carry no more weight up on my shoulders, now I'm finally free. Finally, oh yeah.
Man. I know that entire song.
Please.
Did you guys like that? That's what I'm talking about. That's like my favorite song. They love it. That sounds good. They love it. Yes. Let me tell you, if that song don't change your life, let me tell you.
A lot of people think they can't change, so they won't change. But listen, if he did it for me, he can do it for you.
You got that right. And I say the
I'm
same.
just saying.
That's right.
I'm just saying. Change don't happen overnight. How they say, God's still working on me. Oh, God's still working on me. Yeah, I'm about to go to church on you. Better stop, man.
Look, I went to 2 services yesterday, honey. I can't get enough services. Come on, we can do
You
it.
about to go to 3 messing around with me.
Okay, look,
About to go to 3 messing around with me.
come on. So what are some of your future projects you have going on?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question because listen, I've been like I said, God really is working on me. So I really want to be able to I'm in between. You know what I'm saying? I tell people, try Jesus, don't try me now. I'm still a human being. But we got some good motivational music. I don't want to just put it as gospel, but you can put it in that box if you want to. We're gonna bring some of the songs that you heard back in the day when you were growing up with your mama, your grandma, your auntie. If you went to church like I did, we're gonna give you some of that familiarization of some of the older Baptist songs that you don't really hear today. I'm gonna bring them back. Anybody else doing them? So I'm finna do it. And my first song that I'm bringing back, I'm gonna drop a record on Easter, and it's called Praying Time. Cause it's time to pray. Cause there's too much going on that's wrong that everybody keeps saying it's right. You remember that song, Praying Time?
I don't remember that song. Sing a little bit.
Let me let you see how that go. The old lady used to sing and said, she said, put your time in, it's praying time. Put your time in, it's praying time. And I say, they took prayer out of the school, and nobody wanna obey the rules. Yeah. We used to pray 3 times a day. All about tradition, fading away. Put your time in. And then the old lady said, yes, praying time. Yeah, we gonna spice that up a little bit. We're gonna spice that up for the people that love Jesus. Just like me.
You're true. You are you.
Yeah. So get ready. Easter. If you don't go to church, you can put this in there. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Now I'm gonna play this other song before we let you go.
What you gonna play?
All night long.
That's that I had to sleep with one eye open.
Well, I finally met a woman who was way more freaky than me. Yeah, she was. She wanna do it in the morning, afternoon, and in the evening, we freaking. She love to get it on. Yeah.
No design is alone. I had
own bed. Good this woman won't leave me alone. No, she won't.
You won't leave me alone.
With what I own, baby. One eye won't leave me alone. No, she won't. All she wanna do is make love. Make love all night long.
If you notice how I'm saying
be
along.
careful what you ever, yeah. Cause you just might get it. Yeah. I want a woman I can care for. Yeah. And she know how to get it. Cause I'm gonna give it to you, baby. She wanna do it in the morning, afternoon, and in the evening, freaking. Cause she wanna get it on, yeah. I had to sleep with one eye open, yeah. But this woman won't leave me alone. No, she won't.
If you notice how I'm saying along, I had to
one eye open. Cause the woman won't leave me alone. No, she won't. Yeah. All she wanna do is make love, keeping me up all night long. Well, guess I'm gonna cook it. Well, she wanna get it on.
if you notice how I'm saying along.
Well, she wanna get it on. Yeah.
To the early morning.
All she wanna do is make love, keeping me up all night long. All night long.
All night long.
I had to sleep with my own bed, yeah. Cause this woman won't leave me alone. No, she won't.
If you notice how I'm saying along.
With one eye open, this woman won't leave me alone. No, she all night long. Well, I had to sleep.
I had to sleep
with one eye open. Yeah.
giving notice on for it alone. Well,
yeah. With one eye
you
open.
wanna
Yeah. All she wanna do is make love.
make love.
All night long.
Well, giving notice on for it alone. I had to sleep with one eye open.
I can't fool with you.
Hey, I like that you let me do my own thing because a lot of people think I can't sing without the studio. I be like, what? I ain't what? I had to sleep with one eye open. Cause you won't leave me alone.
Better come on.
No, she won't. All she wanna do is make love. Keeping me up all night long.
Listen here. I can't fool with you, Tony. Tony, yo.
A lot of them can't. I gotta tell them.
Listen, you just don't know how much I appreciate you accepting the invitation to come on the Live with Vicky P show to have a chat with us. That means
I appreciate you, Biggie P, because a lot of people don't know who I am. They done heard the voice, but they don't know the face. So now you see the face and the voice. You're right here. So thank you, Miss Vicky P, for letting me come on the show. I seen you had a whole bunch of artists on here, but you ain't had Antonio, so I had to come on here, Vicky P. I had to come on here.
You gotta say that now. That's what I'm talking about. You had to come on here. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I had to have you. I told my sister, I said, I'm putting you on a mission. I don't know how you gonna find him to get in contact with him to get him on this show. But I need Tonio because I love his music. Because, like you said, you can sing. Like, no, you can sing. It's the difference between singing and singing.
Can I ask you something, Miss Vicky P, before I go?
Yes, you can.
If you the voice of the people, like they call me the voice of the people, I want to ask you the question. Do you want to hear some real singing this year, or do you want to hear everybody sound the same? That's what I want to know from you.
I want to hear some real singing this year. No, real singing this year.
Okay, then. If y'all want to hear some new singing, y'all better get ready because it coming. But ready or not, because here it comes. I'm trying to tell you.
Listen, how can they follow you on social media?
Please, I love Vicky P. You know what to ask and you know what to say. On the Monday, when everybody hate Mondays, you done brought me on the show to twist it up. Got to be careful.
You better tell me.
I am Toni Armani on all platforms. I am Toni Armani. If you don't see it, it ain't me. I want you to know. If it ain't say I am Toni Armani, it ain't me. It's a scam. I do not scam people. I don't ask you for no money. I just want you to hear me sing my song. Can I sing my song? That's all I want to do.
Yes, you can sing. Everybody say yes. Keep singing that and you guys listen. I don't ask for stars, but I have started. Y'all send us some stars on this social media platform so I can keep getting.
Please do.
Keep getting artists on here to give us some good entertainment. But I really,
it's the month of green. You know what I mean? It's the month of green.
And you'll get paid if you don't have any green. So listen, but thank you. And you know, anytime you want to come back on the Live with Vicky P platform, all you gotta do is call. That's it.
Please. I need all them people on that watch this show today. If you ain't following me, I got my own website. It's IamToniOrmoney.com. And it'll show you all my social media. It'll show you all the music you ain't heard yet. And it'll let you know if you subscribe, you'll get the new song that I'm finna drop on the 31st, which is called Praying Time. So if you want to hear some good music, you know what to do. Thank you, Vicky P. I love you so much.
I love you too, honey. And listen, I already got that up, all your contact information, everything that I'm getting ready to put up before I bring on my next guest. You have a good night and thank you.
You too.
Thank
God
you.
bless.
God bless you too. You
Yes,
guys,
ma'am.
did not tell you guys I was gonna bring you a show tonight. I'm telling you. So this is Mr. Tonio Armana's information. I hope you guys enjoyed him. I did. Now, next I have Miss Wright. She's coming on. She is a native of Lincolnton, Georgia, and I'm super, super excited to have her. And you know what? I am going to bring her on right about now. Hello.
Hello. Hopefully, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hold on 1 second, sweetie. There we go. I got you.
So he can sing. Like he can sing. I was like, oh my gosh, he can sing.
He can sing, girl. When I first heard him a couple of years ago, I really didn't start listening to Southern Soul until maybe like a couple years ago. I knew, like Tucker and we you know them. But then my sister, she's really, really, really into Southern Soul. And so I just started listening to it, going to YouTube, and I was like, and I ran up on that song, Finally Free. And I was like, who is this?
I was like, oh man, that's a good song. I know. I started following him. I was like,
you started following it right then and there, right?
Right there. I was like, let me follow him.
Let's do it now. Like we got to find a way to get him down our way, because that is what it's about. He
can sing outside of the studio. Like he can sing. He's good. Yeah.
Now introduce yourself, girl.
Oh, so what do you want to know? Let's see here. I'm native of Lincolnton. So shout out to Lincolnton. I know we're both Lincoln County girls. Let's see. I'm in the Army, so I'm a major in the Army. I am a licensed clinical social worker. What else about me? Obviously my first name is Koinkita. I like to say that's my government name, but I go by Q. My childhood nickname Quack. So mostly anyone watching from Lincoln probably knows Miss Quack. So this will be people who don't. This will be new to people who don't know me outside of Lincoln. I'm sure some of my people be like Quack. Like, yes, that's my childhood nickname. Let's see. I'm the CEO of Focusing on Self. I think that's about, that's about it.
That's a lot, girl. That's a lot. So are you still serving in the military, correct?
I am. So I am coming up on 17 years in June. Whoever would have thought.
Thank you for your service. Thank you so much for your service. And I know when you first went into the military, coming from where we're from, was it like?
No, I would say that one, I always thought to myself that I would probably live somewhere else, right? I think you read about the world, see the world, books, TV. So that there's something else outside of where you are. So it wasn't really that big of a shock.
Mm-hmm,
I think I just kind of went in wanting to embrace it. I went in only for 4 years, but I'm about to hit 17. So clearly that plan didn't pan out the way I planned.
Well, listen, it's working. That plan is working for you. It's working. And you're closer to home now, right?
I live in Savannah. I live in Savannah,
I love
Georgia.
Savannah. Oh, I love Savannah. So you are a clinical social worker, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, how did you get into that field?
So that's a funny story, because this is not how I started out in the Army, and definitely was not my dream job. So my dream job was that I was going to be this super wealthy lawyer, right? That was my dream job. And if anyone would have told me that I wasn't going to be a lawyer, I promise you I would have argued up and down, probably listed in the military. And so I came in the military originally as an interrogator, right? So I was an interrogator for 7 years. And then 2 people in one of the units I was in said that they had found me a perfect job, which was being a social worker. And I was like, well, I'm not really that empathetic, so I don't know. So I was like, that's what I thought. I can kind of be, I didn't think I was empathetic, but I guess, I am empathetic and compassionate. And so I became a social worker, and here I am.
And you've been doing that.
I love it. Let's see. I went to grad school, graduated in 2015, got licensed in 2017. So about 7 years, right after grad school. So about 7 years since getting my official license. So I love it. I love it. I didn't think I would, but I do.
How do you handle stressful situations?
Let's see. So I haven't always done that well. Right?
I asked you a question.
So there's been some good ways I've handled stress and some very bad ways that I've handled stress. I would say the good way that I handle stress is that I've learned to kind of take a few steps back, at work, close my office door, take a few deep breaths, maybe turn me on some music. The bad ways that I probably handle stress is that I just kind of avoid it and just press it down, and then it just come off as like anger. So that's probably the bad way.
Yeah.
Goes up right there. Everybody in the way just get burnt. So
and you don't recommend that for us.
Absolutely. That is a great way to destroy relationships. If you're looking to destroy relationships, that is the best way to destroy a relationship. I do not recommend.
And we do avoid a lot and just pack it in and keep packing and packing. And like you said, and then eventually we explode and everybody gets it. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're in my way, you get it. So I'm kind of learning now how to go ahead and address things as they happen, not wait. Because the more I think about it, if it's the madder I get. So I like to go ahead and okay, let me go ahead and get this situation off me, because then when something else comes, it's gonna pack down. So but it took me 52 years to learn that. That
takes a level of boldness, right? So you got to be bold, right? Because you don't know what's gonna happen when you address it. It could go really good, or it could go really bad. And I just don't think that we're taught to address things. We're taught more to just kind of avoid it, or, that's the way that person is. They always been that way, or I always been that way. And so that's just kind of what we learn until we get to a place in our life where we're like, okay, we look around us and we're like, okay, so this really doesn't work well. Well, it never worked well. And someone probably told us that it worked. I'm sure people told me what I was doing didn't work well, and I just didn't listen, right? So some people probably around I told her this years ago, she didn't listen. Okay, I didn't listen, right? I was immature. I didn't listen. But I had to learn the hard way, and I had to see that I needed to change for myself, not for anybody else, but for myself first, and then for people, the people around me.
So you're right. When you just said this, you said that if you have a person that's, always doing mean things or just whatever, they're like, oh, that's just how they are. How do you deal with that?
So now I tell you the now version of me.
The season of you.
The now version of me. So I think the now version of me, first I have to decide, is it really worth addressing, right? Okay. So sometimes everything doesn't have to be addressed all the time. So if it's not really worth addressing, I just kind of wait, because if it's a heated moment, then it's just like throwing fire, right? It's just going to throw fire on something that's already burning. And so, throwing gas on something that's already burning. So I really don't want to do that. So I usually be like, okay, is it worth addressing? And then I've learned to kind of address it in a softer manner than how I used to address things. Is very harsh, very kind of matter of fact. I've learned to be like, okay, if this was me, how would I want somebody to address me with this? And I know when somebody come to me about something that's difficult and their tone is kind of elevated, I can get real defensive. So I presume other people get that way too. So I've learned to just be a little bit more empathetic and a little bit more compassionate. Now, the old version of me probably would address it right then, right there. Don't care how it's gonna make you feel, any of that stuff. Right? But again, that does not work well at all, and I would not recommend it. I wouldn't.
I needed you on here like 2 years ago, and to come back every 6 months to give us refresher courses or something. Because I'm serious, the girl need this. I'm still learning. So, what is your approach to build a rapport with the client?
I always like to tell people, and I even share this with my clients. I always like to say the way that I learned how to approach therapy, because I went and sat in someone's chair and was a patient. And so then I understood what it takes, how much it takes to show up and be vulnerable, right? To allow people to see a side of us that we have worked very, very, very hard to kind of mask, right? To kind of show up as this perfect person everywhere that we was, always there for everyone else. So that's the first thing for me, is that once I sat on somebody else's couch, I understood how uncomfortable it was, even as a therapist. And then secondly, I always say, and I always say this for myself, like every time I get a patient or whatever it is, I always ask God that he would give me what is needed for that patient, right? Because all my patients are all different, right? That I will use the best approach with them, right? That my tone will be the right way, that when I need to kind of push them a little bit, I can push them. When I need to confront them, I can confront them, but we'll still it'll still feel like a very safe environment for them, even when what we are addressing is very uncomfortable.
Wow. Do you have an age limit that you counsel, or is it just adults or mixture, families, or?
So in the military currently, I only see adults right now. So I used to work with children and families. I like to tell people like this because I know, prayerfully one day I'll go out on my own and open up a private practice. I like to tell people that I'll see anyone who needs therapy, right? And so I think that's kind of my purpose in life. It's not always very comfortable, because you have some very difficult things. But I said, hey, if that's what God put me on this earth to do, is to be that voice and to heal people in that way, then that's the person that I want to be. And I want to do it well for him. So that's my approach to it.
Wow. I need you on here every 6 months. Okay. What is your experience working with clients who have experienced a lot of trauma?
Oh, so I like to tell, I work with a lot of trauma patients. That's kind of what and I know people are like, oh no, I could never do that. That's definitely what I enjoy the most, is working with trauma patients. Because I think it's like an onion, like steadily pulling it back. And there's just so many layers to us when we go through things in life. There's the layer that people see that we want them to see, right? And then there's the layer that we've worked very, very, very hard that no one gets to see, that almost like we've forgotten that part of us even exists. And that's the layer that we have to get to, so then you can move through those things and become a better version of yourself, right? Because we're always working on ourselves. So it's not like, oh, I'm gonna go to therapy for 3 months and I'm gonna be the best version. No, like there's gonna be always parts of yourself that you're going to be working on and growing and maturing, right? And being a therapist doesn't make us exempt from having to work on ourselves. As a matter of fact, we probably have to do more work on ourselves, because we know that, we have a charge to show up in front of our patients and, and do our due diligence by our patients. So we definitely need to be healthy.
We think that, well, we were always taught that, like when we were younger, what goes on inside of this house, stay on inside of this house, and don't talk about this and don't talk about that. And, and going to see a therapist was not normal for us, And now, because I've been to a therapist for grieving counseling and things that has happened in life. And what I found was, because I didn't know what to expect, the only thing I knew was that I need to go to counseling. I don't think that I'm gonna be able to do this alone, you know. And so when I finally decided to go, I had lost both of my parents. And what I liked about counseling was they never judged me and they listened. I mean, literally like not fiddling, or you can tell when somebody is paying attention to you. They listen, and it was so refreshing for me. And I think I went a couple of times. And in the beginning, I didn't just come out because I'm trying to figure out, okay, who is this? Or, let me see or whatever. But when I did finally open up, I would say that was the best thing that I could have done for myself, was to go to counseling. And I'll tell anybody, if you need to talk to somebody, you need to go. But people, we think that that's a bad thing.
I think it's great that you brought that point up, right? And I'll just say it there, that culturally, right? So minorities, Black and brown people, we oftentimes tell people that stuff like, hey, what happens in the family stays in the family. This is what I tell people about family secrets, is that if the secret makes you feel unsafe, right, when you're around in that environment, then that means that there's a part of that needs to be exposed.
Yes.
Right? So whether that's the secret, the person, whatever it is, it needs to be exposed in some way. And it may not have to be exposed in a public way. It could be exposed in private with you just going to therapy and moving through those things. And also, we should feel a sense of safety, security, and belonging in the environments that we are in. And when we don't feel that, then that means that there's something that's not quite right. And it's important that because now we'll pass it on to kids, right? So now we'll tell kids what happens in the house stays in the house, because we learn that as adults. And so now we're breeding like generations of people who carrying secrets. And we always say like, hey, you know what? We gotta, I'm breaking generational curses. So that's a good curse to break. So now I'm not passing down these bad trauma, the impact of trauma to generation, because that stuff takes a lot of time, energy, effort to really work through and to really heal through. And you do have to work through a lot of like learned behaviors that are very unhealthy, right? You have to work through them.
You do. And trauma is trauma. And it is no such thing as, well, this trauma is worse than this trauma. Trauma is trauma. And like you said, if we're not teaching our children, and I can talk about this because, I am I don't know whether I would say, I am a survivor. Let's put it that way. And that's why I don't mind telling people, you have to talk about it. You have to let people know if something is going on that's not right. I don't care what it is. You have to let people know. Do not be ashamed, because it's not your fault. They tell people that, especially with kids or whatever, it's your fault. If you tell, I'm going to hurt your parents. I'm going to hurt this. I'm going to hurt that. And it's so sad. It's very, very sad. That's why with having people like you, as clinicians, we need more people like you, because since I've been in Alabama, and I do a lot of social work myself, and if I refer a client to a clinical social worker or to a psychologist, 6 months before I could get them in.
Yeah, it takes a long. Sometimes it takes a very long time. So I think this is a good opportunity for us as clinicians or people who are out in the helping profession to kind of share our voice and knowledge on a larger platform versus someone just coming to sit in our office, because it may take a while for someone to get to our office. And that's something I want to kind of address really quickly. The other day, I saw all these people posting on Facebook about, and it was about sexual trauma, and it was about, it happened to me at this age. And people were writing the ages in which they experienced child molestation, sexual assault, whatever. And my heart was broken and crushed to imagine that amount of people who was sharing across. Of course, I know that there's a lot of sexual trauma, right? I know that already. But just to see like all of these people that I've known for quite a while, from whether being in the military or, just having grown up with them, sharing a history of sexual trauma, and knowing that their perpetrator is probably someone that they know, right? Honestly, probably somebody in their family. So other people in their family right there on social media is probably seeing this, and had dare not expose this or dare not, protected that person or whatever that it is. So to those people, right, that shared that, and hopefully they watch this video, is that I pray that you'll take that step and get some therapy and kind of work your way through those things. So if that's ever happening with someone else around you, that you can spot that, and you can create a safe environment for whoever that person may be, that young girl, that young boy, that man or woman, whoever that it may be. But that really broke my heart, because I was like, oh wow, it's all of these people that I've known for quite a while. They're sharing all these different ages that they experience sexual trauma, and more than likely, it was probably someone that they knew.
Very close, yeah, brothers, dads, stepdads, uncles, aunties, whatever. So yeah, because I guess maybe we probably was looking at some of the same thing. It was this lady, she probably was in her like 30s now, and she said that hers started at 6, the age of 6, and it was her dad. And she said that they removed her from the house, and then it was her uncle.
Yeah.
So she ended up having a baby by her uncle, and it was just passed down. And she said
that's kind of generational curses that we oftentimes don't talk about. We talk about things like breaking poverty, which is very important also, right? We talk about things, breaking poverty, owning houses, those things. But I'm like, if you don't work through those things, getting to those other things are really hard, because that trauma is going to impact your mindset for years and years and years and years to come.
And it's sad. And that 6-month window to get a child in, I was like, oh my goodness, 6 months.
It's hard, yeah.
Can you imagine? Well, can you imagine? You are a clinician, so yeah. So what are some ways that you promote self-determination and empowerment for your clients?
I like to tell people I never give advice, right? So even when my clients are like, what should I do? I always say, because if we're honest with ourselves, most of the times we know what we should do. It's just that we fear doing that thing, because we fear, one, the possibility of, not doing well at it being uncomfortable for us. So I always tell people, no matter where I am, when they ask me for advice, I'm like, what is it that you should already do? Right? So I think that's the biggest part of empowering anyone, is to help them see that a lot of the things they already have the answer to. It's just that all of these other things are holding them back. And most of the time it's fear. Fear is probably holding most of us back from doing the majority of things in life, to include myself. And so I think that's the way that I kind of empower them and have them say, hey, this is self-determination, right? I can't go home with you, right? You see me 1 hour every 2 weeks, or however long that you see me. And so therefore, you spend the most of your time with yourself, right? So that's the person that you need to get most comfortable with, right? Yes, it's important that you be comfortable with me, right? So you can, you can kind of be vulnerable. You can be vulnerable. We can work through these things, but it's more important that you are comfortable with yourself. Because once you're comfortable with yourself, being comfortable with someone else and letting them see you becomes way easier.
Wow. Oh, yeah, you need to come every 3 months. Every 3 months, girl. We need every month. You need to pop in, honey, and help us. Self-care. How important? Some people don't think self-care is important. What's your take on self-care? Because I can tell you my take, but what's your take on self-care?
Okay, so I know someone that I know is going to go back and watch this, right? People I know are watching it. So again, I've learned at this point in my life to be very, very honest. So I have not always done well with self-care, right? I used to look at self-care as if I'm doing more work and accomplishing more things, it kind of means like I'm taking care of myself because I'm accomplishing my goal. No, actually it doesn't. It means like I'm avoiding things. So I think over the last probably 2-3 years, I've definitely done better with self-care, being more intentional about where I spend my time, how I spend my time, who I give my time to, how do I kind of recharge. Believe it or not, I am not a social butterfly. I know people probably find it very difficult to believe because I am a social worker. So when I get off work, my social battery is like 0. It's probably not in the negative, but it's dead. Okay. It's real dead. And so I have to do things to like recharge. So I recharge, like I want my dog, I work out, listen to me some music, podcasts, things of that nature, right? And I started incorporating very important, like a massage, a bath. People are like, like, don't everybody do that? But it's different when you're like doing that to strictly relax, right? So you're cutting off everything, everybody. And so I've learned to do better self-care, but I also learned that it's important to have people in my life that say, you probably ain't taking care of yourself. You probably should take care of yourself a little bit better. And people that I trust, right, to actually see me and know me, and them feel comfortable saying that to me. So self-care is essential, right? Because we hear it all the time, you cannot pour from an empty cup. And that's a very true statement. And I don't need my cup half full, right? I need my cup full, right? I need my cup full. I do not need my cup half.
Honey, yes, because I'm like you. I didn't self-care. I thought, like you said, self-care was like I'm always doing something or doing something for somebody else. And I never did take any time for myself. But these past 3 years, I am a self-care queen every week. Listen, if it's just not doing anything but watching Tubi, like you understand what I'm saying? Listen, I am
play my housewife shows. Okay, don't judge me. I like my housewife show.
That's what I'm telling you.
So.
That's what I'm telling you. I have definitely learned, and I think a lot of people may think that I am a real big social butterfly. I have a lot of great friends. I do, but I don't really, I don't really do a whole lot either. I'm like you. I don't walk my dog, but play, but
I think not taking care of ourselves is something that we learn specifically as Black and brown women, because we think that we're supposed to be superwoman. So everywhere that we show up, right, we're supposed to be great at every single thing that we do. And the reality is that none of us are superwoman. I know Alicia Keys made a song about it and we were all singing it, but we are not called to be superwoman. Like we are not. So we can take the cape off. We can kind of let our hair down. And that's important, right? Because we need the ability to recharge, right? To relax, to rest, and to rest well. To not just rest, but to rest well. And I learned this more and more as I started to do things that require.
It's okay, guys. She'll be right back. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of technical difficulties. That's okay. We move along, honey.
I learned to rest well, right? Because I said I'm pouring into people. And so therefore I need to be present. But the first person I need to pour into is like myself. And so I really just learned how to do a better job of like resting. At first I felt guilty, right? Because I'm like, man, I'm not doing anything. I mean, I'm just like sitting at the house. Like, I ain't doing nothing. Like, this is not okay. And then right that I trust had to say to me, like, yeah, that probably is okay. Like, you're not a robot. So you should probably just do nothing. So it's been a journey of learning to rest well.
And two, not only that, you're learning things about yourself. Like when I went to counseling, I learned things about myself that I didn't even know. For real. Like she gave me some homework when I first came here. It was a sheet with about 15 questions. And I could not answer not one question. It was like easy stuff, like what's your favorite food? I don't know, but I could tell you what my kids' favorite food. What's your hobbies? I don't have any. I mean, I don't, nothing. I was used to going to football games, cheerleading competitions, working. So it was a lot of stuff I just did not know about myself. And that's where the reality check came in. Like literally, it was a wake up call. Like, girl, what do you like to do? I don't know. I didn't know anything about myself. Then I got out there and I started figuring out things, and I was like, okay, I really do like this. But again, I would say if I hadn't have gone to counseling, I probably would still be doing the same stuff that I was doing about 4 or 5 years ago. Wow. And it was a life change for me, and I appreciate you guys. So if anyone wanted to, well, you said right now you're taking care of military patients right now.
But I do some life and wellness coaching. I don't do, so there's like a difference between coaching and therapy, right? So coaching really, I wouldn't use any kind of what we consider like evidence-based type things, right? So it's really just kind of helping someone move through their challenges or their different circumstances. That's like the life and wellness coaching that you see. I was trying to think of an example of people who someone may see out there, but I can't think of anyone. So I do that. You can find me. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm focusing on self, and I also have a website, focusingонself.net. Or you can email me at keywright@focusingонself.net. So
okay, say that again one more time. Say it slow for me. They write everything down, girl. I know my people, honey. They write it down.
So you can find me at focusingонself.net. So Focusing on Self on Instagram and on Facebook, or you can email me at qwright@focusingонself.net.
Oh, she put it on there. Thank you, Miss Mason. Let me put it on the screen. I'm so glad we finally got together. We've been trying to get together, about a year?
Yeah.
For real. A year, we finally got together. I'm so glad. And you need to come back on here and do some refresher. Just listening to you is a breath of fresh air, literally, seriously. So thank you so much for coming on Live with Vicky P, and you are more than welcome anytime. We need to do a self-care event.
Yes.
Or something. Like we need to talk, where we can get somebody to come in and do hand massages and we on.
But thank you for having me. Anytime I get the opportunity to share my voice and share with different communities, it is my pleasure. It is my honor.
Thank you so much. And I will definitely be getting back in touch with you. We need to do some things and to have you two come back. Like we need this fresh voice. We need this fresh face, because that really did help me just listening to you, because sometimes we forget. Like somebody asked the question, do you take private insurance?
I do not take private insurance. I only do the life and wellness coaching, and I only take cash only right now. But I will be opening up a private practice like later in the fall. And so I probably will definitely be taking insurance later in the fall.
Okay. Somebody, Miss Mason.
Miss Mason.
Mm-hmm. She said she'll be at Grace and Grit Wellness Summit. Oh, okay. When is that? Miss Mason, when is that?
The 30th. In Augusta, Georgia. Kenitra, if you can put up the information.
Yes, exactly. Wait a minute. What's the name of it? Grace and Grits Wellness. Yeah. Okay, I was thinking about something else. Okay, in Augusta.
Yeah.
Okay, they put that information up, put the time and the place. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I tell you, I have some faithful followers. Let me tell you. And that's why I try to bring them the best of the best, because I have some followers that's going to be on here no matter what on Mondays and Wednesdays. And I appreciate you guys for always coming on Mondays and Wednesdays. And as long as you guys are coming on supporting me, I'm going to continue to bring you guys the very best. Because like I always say, it's the vibe on Live with Vicky P show, honey. We come here to have a good time. We take that, like you said, that cape off. And listen, I'm going to have somebody who's going to sing. We're going to dance. We're going to laugh. So just everything. And thank you again, my Lincoln County sister, for coming on, for you supporting me. I really, really, really do appreciate it. And we must get together. Absolutely. And Sherry, you're late. Like, you're real late. Like,
are we going to end this by singing, since you started with, are you closing this out with a song?
So can you sing?
Absolutely not.
Well, let me see. I can play a song, but now listen.
I think the Finally Free song, I think that's a really good song, because like you feel free after you kind of work through some of your stuff. So I think that's a great song.
Girl, you could be my co-host. That's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. So you guys, we're going to close this with Toni Armani, Free at Last.
I'm feeling good, I got the monkey on my back, and now I'm finally free. I gave my life over to Christ, it changed my life, and now I'm finally free. Don't have to carry no more weight up on my shoulders, now I'm finally free. Finally, oh yeah. So many things in life I had to give up on, but my God didn't give up on me. No, he didn't. He gave me another chance. Hey, I was blind, but now I see. Oh yeah, I finally gave my life to Christ, and now I'm finally free. Anything I need, my God provides for me. I just want to thank you, God, for loving me, taking care of me and my family. I had to clean up when I messed up, starting my life over again. Now finally free. I'm feeling good, I got the monkey on my back, and now I'm finally free. I gave my life over to Christ, he changed my life, and now I'm finally free. Don't have to carry no more weight up on my shoulders, now I'm finally free. Finally, oh yeah. People talk that what they do and what they say can't stop my moves. Let me say a thing or two about what God can do for you. I know he did it for me, I know that he'll do it for you, because I am living proof of what my God can do for you. People change, but my God won't change. I weather the storm with a smile on my face, singing hallelujah is the higher praise. Lord, I want to thank you for another year. I've been changed. The angels in heaven done shine my name. Gave my life to Christ, dancing, now I'm finally free. Anything I need, my God provides for me. I just wanna thank you, God, for loving me, taking care of me and my family. He took the shackles off my feet, now I can dance and now I'm finally free, finally free. This was for the people in the world who believe in Jesus, believe in Jesus. He took the shackles off my feet, now I can dance and now I'm finally free, I'm finally free. This was for the people in the world who believe in Jesus. I'm feeling good, I got the monkey on my back and now I'm finally free. I gave my life over to Christ, He changed my life and now I'm finally free. Don't have to carry no more weight up on my shoulders, now I'm finally free. Finally, oh yeah.
Hey, honey, we are finally free. That is an amazing song. I was going to use that song for my Black History program, but I'm going to use it for something else. That is oh my goodness. I'm so glad that you came on. Like I said, the invitation is extended. You can come back anytime you get ready. I appreciate you and thank you. And always remember, it's going to be a vibe every time you come on here.
Had a blast.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Keep doing what you're doing.
I'm gonna try it. Let me tell you, as long as I got people out there like you guys, then this is what it is. This is how we roll. Chris Brown and Sierra, this is how we roll. But you have a good night, and we definitely will talk later.
It was my pleasure. Thank you. Have a blessed night.
You too. Bye-bye. You guys, did y'all enjoy this? 2 wonderful interviews back to back. Hey, listen, I definitely appreciated these interviews tonight. I mean, listen, this is what it's about. You come on live with Vicky P. You watch live with Vicky P. In the end, I am always going to try to have something or someone on here to bless you. That's what it's about. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Tune in Wednesday. I will have audio on here Wednesday, you guys. And like I said, it's going to always be a vibe on the Live with Vicky P show. You guys, love you and have a good night.